So here is the fourth lesson and also our last lesson of the business management class. So we'll mainly focus on SWOT analysis, and if you remember, last time I actually mentioned the business management tool, and SWOT analysis is one of it. So basically, business management tool is the tools that you can use when within the business. So you might ask, what is SWOT analysis? So it can be there have three features, which is it is a comprehensive business assessment. It is because it evaluates a company's internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as its external opportunities and threats. So if you see the words, you can see there's internal and external. So they have two aspects of how it evaluates. It evaluates through within the business and outside of the business. So it is a very strategic framework that evaluates the internal strength and weaknesses as well as the external opportunities and threats. And second, this is a collaborative process because it's conducted through a collaborative process. So typically it conducted through like drawing insights from various stakeholders to gain a well-rounded understanding of the organization. And third one is it is a structured evaluation because the framework of SWOT analysis it provides a structure to provide structured way to analyze both internal and external factors that impact the business performance and its direction. So, in a more concise definition, it is a simple tool for a business to analyze its internal strengths and weaknesses and external opportunities and threats. So, give you a 10-second to think about its key ideas. Okay, so from this paragraph, you can see if it is internal factors, there is strengths and weaknesses, and if it is external factors, there's opportunities and threats. So here are the definition of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So these two are internal, which is from the inside the business. So inside the business, you have strengths and weaknesses, and outside of the business, you have opportunities and threats. So a strength is the internal capabilities, resources, and advantage that position the business of success. So this is good and this is bad. This is good, this is bad. And the weaknesses is the internal limitation that might hinder the organization's process. Hinder means disrupt. So it disrupts what the business plan to do. Like something bother them. And the opportunities which is from the outside of the business. They gave the business opportunity. Outside of the business, provide the business opportunity. So the definition is the external market condition, trends, or circumstances that presents favorable prospects for growth. So it provides growth for the business. Then the bad parts from outside of the business is called threats. It is the external factors, obstacles, or risk that have the potential to negatively impact the business. Make sure it is very negative. So Next, I'll be breaking down from the aspect of internal and external because each of them have its own good and bad. So, first I'll be talking about internal, which is its strengths and weaknesses, its bad part and its good parts and its bad parts. So, first, when you analyze your internal strengths and weaknesses, you have to evaluate through the access of sources from your company's assets, skills, and capabilities. So, if you remember from our first lesson, we talked about the four business function, which is within the business are human resources, marketing, finance, and operation. So, from these four aspects, you have to analyze these four aspects. And within these, you have to identify its advantages and uncover its limitation. So the advantages also stand for the strength, and the weaknesses limitation are the weaknesses. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the SWOT SWOT stand for strength, weakness stand for W stand for weakness, O stand for opportunity, and T stand for threats. So back to here. Here are some examples of strength from based on the four business function. So human resources strength example are like the employees are highly trained, skilled, and educated, and they are very loyal to your business. So these are the strengths for the human resources. In the finance and accounts, in your business, you might have a lot of money for running and expand the business. So this is a very good example of strength. And good relation within banks, like the bank are willing to lend you money. And strong growth of sales and profits. Then is the example of strength in marketing. Like you have strong brands, loyal customers, and the products you sell have unique selling points. And for operation, the strength example are you have modern facilities, efficient and low cost production, and high quality products. So it provides you to operate your business well. So on the other hand, the weaknesses example, which is in the internal factors, are completely opposite from the strength example. So also from based on human resources, finance, marketing, operation, here are some example. So in human resources, there are poor management, unskilled and unqualified employees, and they might be have a conflict between employees, which is very bad in the business. And the weakness in finance are the lack of money, and it is hard for them to run a business, and the decline revenues and profitability. In marketing, low brand awareness and brand loyalty make the customer lack of customers, and the products may be similar to those competitors, make the customer not that likely to buy your product. So weaknesses in operation are like the outdated facilities, and it's make efficient production or very high cost production, and also very poor quality products. So next are the external factors. You have to analyze it by opportunities and threats of your business. So here are the way that you identify the external factors It is by another business management tool called steeple analysis. We did not we will not very explain very deeply about the concept, but it is very easy that it is only the factors that is outside the business that could include social, culture, technological, economic, environmental, pub, political, legal, and ethical. And now we're going to um, deep down and explain a little about these 8 factors. So, in social cultural factors, there can be opportunities and also threats. So, to mention it again, all 8 factors include opportunities and threats, and we'll be talking about all these factors. Social factors are all social or cultural characteristics that affect the market or for a product or the operations of a business. So this could also include the age structure of the population or the dominant religion. And next is technological factors. It is the state of technology and infrastructure in the country or industry. Then economic factors are such as inflation, unemployment levels, and the level and growth of incomes in the population. Environmental factors are everything related to planetary boundaries. It is such as water, land, biodiversity, climate change, and the availability of natural resources of business. The fifth one is political factors. This is the system in the country, including the stability of the government, who is in power, and what their interests are. And legal powers are all the laws that might affect the business. So it can be good and it can also be bad. So it includes the labor laws, regulation on business processes, and environmental protection. And then ethical factors is the business behaviors that consider to be good or bad in the national or global context. So what you should do after SWOT analysis. So after it, you have to prioritize by impact. You have to see which one is more influence your business more, and you have to increase it or decrease it. So you have to focus on the most significant strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats first. Then the second one, leverage strengths. It is to identify ways to use your strength to capitalize on opportunities and migrate weaknesses. So you have to develop your strategies. And the third one is address your weakness. This is to determine how to improve upon your compensate for your weakness, either to investing in skill development or finding alternative approaches. And the fourth one is minimize threats. It is to devise plans to proactively address external threats, whether by pursuing new markets, diversifying products, or strengthening your competitive position. So basically, the summary of this page is to um, keep doing what you're doing for your strengths and to minimize your weaknesses, and if you can possibly minimize your threats, then you have to do it. Next is our activity. So I want to ask you to prepare a paper. Okay, you can maybe pause it first pause the video first to find your paper, and then we'll be start right now. So in this activity, it is very, very easy. So first you have to read the scenario. So I'll read it for you. Maybe you can read it together. So the scenario is you're planning to open a cafe, and I called it Brew Heaven. I don't know how I call it, but here's what you have to know. You serve eco-friendly coffee and snacks with locally sourced ingredients. This is the first knowledge you know. And the second is your interior design is cozy and Instagrammable. Is that you can post many, uh, it is very aesthetic, and you can post it on Instagram. And many people want to go to your place. And the third one is there are 3 other cafes within a 5-minute walk. And the fourth one is your team has a strong social media presence. And the fifth one is rent in this neighborhood is high. And the sixth one is the popular food delivery app wants to partner with you. And the seventh one is there's a risk of economic slowdown next year. So next I would like you to draw lines like this and label strengths, weakness, opportunity, and threats. So based on the description I gave you, you have to write down the 3 strengths and 3 weakness, 2 opportunity, and 2 threats. And remember, the strength and weakness are internal. Opportunity and threats are external, which is outside the factor outside of the business, and this is the factor inside of the business. So maybe you can label here, write internal factors, and here, write external factors. So give me your paper within 2 days. So maybe on June of 7, you have to give in the paper by uploading on WhatsApp. And this is the end of the lesson. Thank you.